Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading for the month of July. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's just see what comes up for you for this month of July. First and foremost, I kept hearing a Tina song. May she rest in peace. And it was what's love got to do with it. And it kept going on and on. And it's like, okay, Pisces, I know. Other things are arising within you. And it's dreamy, romanticizing energy takes a little bit of a back burner moving forward. Because July is one of those months where, well, this July most definitely is a month where North Nodes are shifting their sign. So it starts a new cycle of 18 months. So it takes some time to take grounding. But you just have a lot of energy going on in like more of like a friendship level and people you on a daily basis like sort of, you know, communicate with about projects and things that are maybe not so romantic, you know. Also your sixth house energy is going to be activated from July 22nd till September 3rd because Venus is retrograding there. She's already there. So once again, that energy is kind of already starting to gain momentum for lack of a better word, because that showed up just now. The energy is gaining momentum, Pisces. It's gaining momentum. So let's just see, because it's not that I'm not sensing that you have that is really all just individually, like you working on a project by yourself, you trying to change your life, you going to the gym by yourself, you trying a diet by yourself. I feel like there is partnership involved. It's just like maybe that's the message of like, what's love got to do with it, you know? It's like, yeah, like there's a connection and things, but what does love got to do with it? We have other stuff to do. We got to deal with all other things. There's a little bit of an energy like you may be coming more and more in like sort of a go-getter energy season. So there we go. Here it is. I told you that energy is gaining momentum. The Wheel of Fortune is here as well. It's very powerful already. It's like, let's just move. Let's just go. Oh my gosh, of course. The sun is out here as well. This is great energy. I'm going to remove the singing ball from this situation because we need space for all these cards that want to come and fly out for you. The sun, the Wheel of Fortune. It's like you can breathe or something. Something like you felt so... For some of you may actually have had long-term relationships and then you came out of it and then you went through a phase of like, now I have to readjust to like, you know, not having this in my day-to-day basis. And you may have felt like you were just sort of needing to surrender to it, like you had hardly any say in that energy. But I feel like now you're starting to look up, like you're looking at it from a different point of view. So what are you not so sure about? What's going on with this Seven of Swords energy? Yes. Like I understand that you want the world, maybe the outside world, to sort of step over things, not take too much time, or they don't want to talk about it so much. But we're gonna for a little bit, Pisces. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. The depth of the emotions and things that you may have felt during a period of your life. That's something that obviously you're just emotionally very independent, but it doesn't mean you have to be depending on yourself for everything. There's a change, there's, a difference there. It's almost like you feel like you're getting over one thing and then there's another thing in front of you. Because what I'm seeing here, there's so much great energy. There's like, abundance, and you're attracting things, and you're getting new creative energy coming to you for new inspiration, and that by itself give you more of a vital energy and feeling excited and seeing the sun and seeing the results and feeling that you are healing on a certain level. But then there's still this almost like a codependent energy on not wanting to become too happy, because then when it goes away it will hurt, or I don't know. There's just something that you're showing me with this Five of Swords, and they are showing me, but like you're showing your cards, okay? um, but it's more of like a mindset, and by consistently, I felt that with Aquarius as well, you might be a cusp. By consistently showing up and doing a little bit and doing a little bit of a work on a more consistent basis and showing up consistently will definitely bring about healing and change in those situations that maybe you feel like is the biggest hurdle, to climb. It's the same thing with, for example, getting in shape. It can seem like this huge goal that this huge mountain you have to climb, but if you then just on a daily basis show up just a little bit, just something, even if you start really, really small, like 5 push-ups or whatever, a day, and or whatever shape or form, like 5 minutes of yoga night or morning, like just 5 minutes, that's it, not going over it, not going under it, just 5 minutes, even if it's just 5 minutes of stretching. Like if you consistently show up on a daily basis, that becomes by itself something that then comes to you naturally, which then at one point you wanted to see if you could maybe do a little bit more, or maybe this and that, and it's like on a consistent basis, that by itself becomes a good experience for you. It's not about the result instantly, because if you focus too much on the end goal, the end result, then the journey by itself is very underappreciated and doesn't bring you as much satisfaction and connection basically to your end goal as you possibly could gain from understanding there's more to gain on this journey than just the end result, than just the destination, right? It's like I love going on road trips. I don't do it as often as I wish I could have. One sec. Okay, the 8 of Swords fell down. And the thing is, yes, one time I went on this road trip, and it took around a week to get to the destination, because there was at one point a destination point. And there I would stay around 2 weeks at that destination point and then by itself go back again. And of course, that destination point was the end goal, to get to. But the most fun things and the stories and the pictures and the experience was actually I had in all those other moments on that journey, actually on that road trip to that destination. And that by itself gave so much more meaning to that whole experience than if I would have just taken an airplane, got there within like a couple hours, just stay there for 2 weeks and go back home. Right? It gave it so much more dimension and so much more meaning, and like all these memories that I have, like I said, is more memories from the journey by itself that I really appreciate than the destination itself, which also had great experience and things like that. But I'm just saying, like, there's more that I could have gotten out of it, or I got more out of it because I was actually surrendering to the journey as well, taking those moments in, creating and being very present there, instead of just skipping that as quickly as I could by then taking a plane and then only having that end destination experience. So that's a little bit what I am sensing when it comes to you and this healing journey, and just overall this journey that you are embarking on. And this energy is already gaining momentum. So I'm not sensing it's something completely new. It's just like you're growing into sort of a little bit of a different approach. And look, you have the Hierophant here with the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. The Star card, which was already peeking through earlier on the bottom of the deck. I knew it would show up. The Ten of Wands and the Eight of Wands. It's like we don't have to punish ourselves or force ourselves or completely drain ourselves in order to get to this end destination. It's important that once you get up that mountain, then you actually enjoy your own company there. And you not think like I'm sitting up here with this person who's like bullies me, like underappreciates me. Right? Like you want to enjoy your own company up that mountain. So that's a little bit what I'm seeing as well. It's like when you, for example, that mountain might be a healthy, healing love relationship. What if that is the destination you're going towards? Then once you arrive there, you want to also love and appreciate your own company, your own love, and what you bring to that relationship, just as much as you would want to, appreciate that other person and what they have to offer. It is an important angle to it. And that's what they're saying. It's like, what, maybe also once again, that song that comes through, like, what's love got to do with it? Like happiness, fulfillment. And then maybe love being another person in a relationship. But what does love have to do with it? Oh, kind of everything, right? Love for life, love for a project you're working on, love for yourself, love for your surrounding, love for nature, love for the beauty around you, love for your animals, love for, just having a nice cup of coffee in the morning when the sun is rising and you're reading your book. It's like love for life, love in general. Love kind of has to do with everything. Okay, maybe that's a little bit the message as well. It's like really having those inner dialogues, and how can you make it less intense? How can you, because this person with the Ten of Wands is so occupied by so many different things. I don't even think this person is aware that there is another way to get up this hill with all these wands. But you're so occupied on like getting up this hill, getting those wands to that destination. And you're like, I don't even have time to think that if there's another option. I kind of just giving it my all right now. And I understand that why the Eight of Swords shows up with this. It's like, this is really what you know. This is part of your experience in reality and how you have seen that things play out. And then this is your way of approaching things, because this is kind of sort of what life, like a role that life puts you in almost. But you keep yourself there. Like the fact that you've ended up in this role is no, I don't really think it's a complete conscious decision. But keeping yourself there, thinking that this is really truly the only way of doing this. This is how relationship feel to me. This is how work feels to me. This is how success feels to me. That's a story you accept as the truth. There is another way. But the fact that you don't feel that, and then you truly believe that this is maybe all there is to it, I get that. And with this, if you're not watching the reading but just listening, I'm holding up the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Swords. So it's a matter of perspective, right? But that doesn't mean that it's easy to change this perspective. Because this one you on this road and the way you're approaching, you know what to expect. Kind of nothing. So you can't be disappointed either. But it's like you truly are, I feel like so neglected of your needs being met. And you are maybe hungry for something more meaningful. And it's almost lunchtime and I do really need to eat something, but my stomach, the moment I started recording and reading, it's been going off. It's like growling and is that inner, my stomach is very loud by itself. When it's hungry, yeah, but overall, it's really spiritually connected to me. So when it starts growling, it's trying to tell me something. And the funny part about it is that when I'm in the room with my mother, our stomach do it, like they start talking with one another. They start to communicate with one another. So her becomes loud, mine becomes louder, and it's like a whole thing. And it's fun. It's like normally you won't really notice it, but sometimes, you know, we're in a quiet room somewhere, and then you know, our stomachs are going at it. So it's just some things, you know, energetically that you will notice. But what it also says, like, hey, I have needs, and it's okay to admit that. It's okay to look beyond. It's okay to want more in life. Pisces, nothing wrong with that. The Hierophant, Ace of Cups start exactly like more. There's way more and more and then some. With this full energy, it's taken up a different look, a different path, understanding that I'm freeing myself. Look how free she looks. Yeah, she is not in the most, you know, you're not like, oh, well, we don't know if this is safe completely, but we do see a person who seems to have it figured out by not figuring it out. So, you know, different words come up, but they're not the same language. So sturdy, so, you know, fixed. Like, it has to be this way. It's like, that's not, you know, comes as it comes. You know, I'm open for whatever. I understand I am co-creating with the universe. I don't control everything, but neither does the universe, you know? It's like a coexistence here, but I need to be open. If I want to receive something, my responsibility is to be in the open energy of receiving, and so it can come to me. Look at that, 10 of Cups. I told you, it's good, 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 and then some. 10 of Cups. Emotionally fulfillment. Look at the complete opposite of these 10s. 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups. That's by freeing yourself. But the Fool is like, I'm starting over. This is no longer the narrative that I want to tell myself, my kids, and my grandkids. Like, no. This is not the way that I choose to continue this journey. I want to approach it more from here. Because what if I really fucking get it all? What if you do? Queen of Pentacles. Yup. That's a mindset. That is a money mindset. It's not only like money, but it's just what money can get you. Peace of mind, maybe. Ability to freely create your art, your business. Because you know that financially you're covered. The Devil. Page of Swords, the Devil. Four of Wands. You need to take a closer look at who's in your surrounding and keeping you there, who benefit from you here. Do you have people in your life that benefit from you being here? And how do they benefit that? And when you're starting to wanting to come from this energy, are they their biggest supportive, or are they trying to keep you to go back here? That's exactly what will tell you what you've attracted into your life based on from this frequency. So the Page of Swords with the Devil and then the Four of Wands, it will balance itself out. There will be harmony there. There will be healing, which is most important thing when it comes to the Devil card. This could also definitely indicate some Capricorn energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be just the Devil and everything and the holes. The Devil is nothing to be afraid of. I don't really necessarily fear any of the cards, to be honest. But Devil just shows up like, yeah, okay, yeah, well, maybe I do have a little bit of a codependent energy on this, with this, you know, with this situation. Of course you do, because otherwise how the hell are you staying stuck there? There is something that it brings to you, and so it doesn't have to be something healthy, but everything can become a comfort zone, obviously. So no judgment there at all. but it's the place to be in, like being honest with yourself and opening up to yourself and understanding like, hey, if I really truly want to move out of that, if I really want that healing and that balanced energy in my life, if I want harmonious energy surrounding me, I need to look at the company that I'm keeping and about how I'm showing up there. And who is the company you keep? Well, first and foremost, yourself, right? Page of Wands, Five of Cups, Knight of Wands. Yeah. Moving away from focusing on the things that haven't worked, haven't shown up, and understanding like, okay, on to the next. On to the next. If you have something in your life where it brings about so much disappointment, try something different, try something new. Even if you keep that situation around, try something else. Give it a clean slate. And then maybe with that new energy, look back at the situation. Maybe you want to get rid of it. Maybe you want to change some things. It's all a matter of perspective that you're gaining, Pisces, which brings about the ability to change. You may be called upon to be a spokesperson for a cause that is close to your heart. Your angels will give you the perfect words and you will do brilliantly, Pisces. You may be asked to be a mentor or find one yourself. This situation involves someone who is professional, with a positive attitude, and fresh ideas. There we go. This person, who could be you, may be emotionally unavailable. Another thing to look at. Are you emotionally unavailable? A little bit. You're like, what? No, it's true. I told you were showing me your cards. Like I said, once again, no judgment at all. But Pisces, it's really hard to get to the deep grounding of like how you're really truly doing. You will say words, but to be emotionally available for people to help you or for you to feel like you're worthy of receiving that type of attention and love and care and nurturing, that's a whole nother level, right? So becoming conscious of it. Once again, that devil is nothing to fear. It's just like, okay, it's there, I get it. Like there's some codependency there, or there's some unhealthy patterns or daily routines here, and it's okay. It's not like, oh, like I'm admitting I'm doing something wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. It's not about wrong and right. It's not as fucking black and gray. Or it is gray. It's not a black and white situation. It's just a lot of gray space there. It's not about being the best at this, being the best and being the perfect person. Like, who cares about perfection? It's about realness, about authenticity. And that's, because it's not perfect, it's perfectly perfect. Perfectly imperfect. It's that little raw honesty. Not being afraid of the world and its, opinions all the time. It's about if you can accept yourself in that light, then who is that like person to have any level of opinion about you? If you're able to receive that acceptance from yourself on a deeper level first, it already weakens the positions of the devil card in your reading. It just does, because you're once again are the one in control of the situation. You telling yourself that those people's opinion matter puts you in this position, puts the devil in a position of has a hold on you, almost in a chokehold. Like, and it's not unovercomable. It's not that it's unchangeable. No, it really is. It has like all the cards are out. That indicates that, oh, you can. It's time. It's your time. It's your season. But it's something internally that is shifting and changing first. And so be kind to yourself, Pisces. Really, really try to create that space, safe space for yourself first, from a place of no judgment. It's not necessary to judge yourself. If you still feel a way about something that happened 4 years ago, you are entitled to that, okay? Doesn't mean that defines your worth or that it says anything about you. But if it hurts you and it hurt you, well, that's your right. Your feelings are valid. But being afraid to get hurt in this world strengthens and becomes more heavy when you are actually judging yourself for ending up hurting your feelings, for ending up feeling neglected or things, and then you put yourself down for feeling that way. So you try not to feel anything, but that's like complete opposite of who you truly are. You feel, you know, you are. So your beautiful sensitivity holds so much power. And when you neglect your own internal and emotional world by judging it and being almost like try to dissociate from that part of yourself and try to live your life like, for example, a Capricorn or a Aries, that's not your natural state of being. And so you become something that you're not, and in order to hold that picture up, to stay in that narrative, you become completely consumed by it, so you have no time to think or feel, and then you just feel so empty, and that emptiness brings about depression, and that depression brings about this passiveness, and this passiveness brings about this writer block and this creative block, and that creative block kills your spirit because you're meant to create. So it's just a domino effect. It's not all separate problems you have to fix. It's just a couple of shifts that need to take place in order to get that energy streaming into the other direction. Of all the things that are so close to you, it's like Jupiter and its 100 moons. It's surrounded by all these blessings, you know. It's really true. But as magnets, like, you know, it keeps it at bay. And yeah, that's how I'm feeling. That's really what I'm channeling. So I hope that this was helpful for some of you. Thank you so much for being here. If you're still here, thank you. Okay, I really appreciate it. So I hope you will have a beautiful month of July. I'm going to record the rest of the readings so I can like celebrate my birthday this weekend without having work on my mind. Okay. And I'll be back soon. Okay. Bye, Pisces. I love you. Okay. And I really do hope that you can free yourself like that, because there's a lot of good things that come into you. Okay. Bye.